Hi everyone, Nate from Navigator Bookkeeping here. Let's say your boss walks into the room and says, "Hey, I need you to make a budget for next year." Or let's say you are the boss and you think to yourself, "I really should have a budget." Well, it's actually not going to take you as long as you may think. It's really a matter of minutes instead of a matter of hours or days. So I'm going to show you how to set that up on QuickBooks today. It's a really simple process. And we're here in the sample company in QuickBooks. It's a landscaping company, so none of the data you see is real. It's all just made up. If you ever want to mess around in QuickBooks and kind of learn about the different features, this is a good place to do it. If you go to your gear, you'll see something here saying sample company. It's not here because we're in it, but that will be there, and that's a good place to learn about QuickBooks. But anyways, we're going to go to budgeting and add budget. And here is our budget. All the categories here on the side are from your chart of accounts. So whatever accounts you have set up in QuickBooks, they will be here. We're going to name it. I'm going to come up with a really interesting name. Budget 1, super cool. And then here you can pick what year you want to set the budget for. I'm going to say that we're going to do it for next year, 2019. Most budgets should probably be run monthly, so we'll keep that. And then here's where you're going to save your time. For pre-filled data, we're going to say, yes, we're going to use data from 2018. Now, what this actually is doing is instead of us having to fill in literally every category for all the months, it's just taking our data that we had last year in this company in QuickBooks and putting it right into the budget. So for example, if we spent $1,000 on advertising last year in January, that will show up in here and it'll say your budget $1,000 for advertising for January. Now the nice thing is you can of course change things, but it's a good place to start off with so that you don't have to fill in everything from nothing, and it gives you kind of a good starting ground. You'll notice too there's a lot of zeros on here. That's because this is the sample company, so there's not a whole lot of data. If you are running your company in QuickBooks and have run it for at least a year, you'll have tons of information in here. It'll make it a lot easier. So we're going to press create. This is not finalizing it. This is just getting the process started. And now that we're in here, we can actually click on every category and change any of the amounts that we want. So let's go down to income, and here's services. This is how much we're charging for the services, because remember, this is for a landscaping company. So let's say it's a landscaping company. We know that in summer we're going to have a lot of work. So let's say in May, we think we are going to probably have $20,000 worth of income. So change that. You can see it changes down here in total income too. July, we'll say even a little bit more. Lots of people need their lawns cut. Sorry, June. And then in July, 30,000. We're a successful company here. So you can change it for your income. You can also change it for your expenses. Let's say our advertising, let's say in January this year, we want to put $1,000 in advertising. February, we want to do $800. Now notice too, if you click this button, it tracks it all across the row. So if you know you're going to spend $800 a month for advertising, that's a quick, easy way to do it. So you can do that for all your categories. A good place to go for your budgeting information is any of your financial documents, statements from the previous year, because they'll kind of give you a good clue of how much you spent. And then you can kind of decide, well, do I want to spend more than that, less than that? Is that a good place? And then based off of that, you can set up your budget. So we'll press save. We're going to X out of here. And then a cool feature, which I'll show you here, is you can click on this Run Budgets versus Actuals report. And that'll actually compare your spending, your actual spending, to how you did in your budget. So it'll actually tell you, you spent $500 more than you planned to, or you spent $300 less. So it gives you kind of a good roadmap for how you're doing in your spending. And then that will, in turn, help you set a better, more accurate budget for the following year. So that's a quick overview. Hope it helps. Budgets are really great for companies. They give you a good roadmap for where you want to go. So I definitely would advise setting one up and using one in your business. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I'd love to hear them.